welcome to Hattie's Hierophant. I am your tarot reader. If this is your first time here, Cancer, welcome. If you've come back to revisit, hello, Cancer, how are ya? Sorry I missed you last month, but your girl feels good this month. And honey, I felt that beautiful golden light you were throwing my way. I received it, so thank you. I have decided to add a few more of my favorite decks for our reading for the month of October. One of the decks I used was my chakra deck. So we're going to go over some chakras. And then I also pulled some cards from my ancestral deck. And then of course my Ride or Die deck, which is my Rider-Waite. So first let's start off with your chakra. And the chakra card that I pulled for you was that of inspiration. The overall chakra is that of our sacral chakra, which is located at our lower abdomen, and the color is orange. So that's the area that we want to focus on, not only for this reading, but also for the month of October for you, my Cancer. And because now this particular chakra, it can represent addictions, appetite. It also represents sexuality and a healthy sexual relationship. It also represents a relationship that also involves family and a healthy family relationship. So this is the chakra that you want to focus on for the month of October. I encourage you to do some more deep diving as far as information about this chakra because I do not believe in accidents. So I do feel like that Spirit and Source wants you to focus on this as well for October. I tried to go into November with Spirit with that, and they're just telling me just October for us. And I'm also going to focus on that chakra with you for this reading, my love. Now, you know what? I'm going to talk about the ancestral, am I saying that right? the things that I pulled from the ancestral deck, we'll get into that, but let's go into your overall general reading. And the center of your reading is that of the Five of Cups. I feel like that was one other zodiac that also had this as their center reading. And one of the things I want to point out, it is a minor arcana, so it is a minor feeling. And it's really an energy of feeling dissatisfied. And I feel like you've been dissatisfied. I don't want to say dissatisfied. You've been underwhelmed. That's what I feel. Like it hasn't been that exciting to you. As a matter of fact, I feel like that's how come that inspiration chakra showed up for us. I feel like that you're not in an environment to where you feel inspired or motivated. It almost feels kind of drab and kind of humdrum. So that's the feeling that I'm getting from this. Because I get this of not feeling satisfied, but with you, it's like, it's like you're indifferent. I get the feeling of you feeling indifferent with the current state that you're in right now, okay? And also it's a 5, so I'm feeling like, and 5s typically represent uncomfortable changes, uncomfortable necessary changes, right? So I feel like that perhaps that whatever this change that you made, whatever this transition that you made, it didn't light the fire that you thought it was gonna light. It didn't smother it either, but it left you feeling uninspired. So let's see if we can find some answers with the rest of your reading. We are now going to go into your moon energy. This is where your emotions are. This is where you have conversations with Spirit as well. And this is also where we manifest. So I have that of the Temperance, along with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So for those of us who are coupled up, I do see that there's some sort of disconnection in our relationship, right? Because as I'm looking at these, right, she's looking that way and he's looking the other way, right? So there's a disconnect there. And interestingly enough, it's almost like the two of you have a very solid take on what your relationship should look like and what it should be. And I also feel like that the two of you also have very distinct personality traits that neither one of you are willing to bend on, right? So I feel that. I also feel like it's like, okay, Spirit is saying you need to meet each other halfway, right? Because the Temperance energy is also about balance and balancing, right? And let's not discount the wings that are on this angel, that beautiful bright red, which is also representing that of passion, right? And passion is that energy of choice of making a physical choice to do something, to be somewhere, to make a move, right? And this is energy of, making that choice to create alchemy, right? Because that's what she's doing with those two cups, that she's pouring one inside the other, is creating that perfect balance that works for everyone. And most importantly, you, Cancer, right? All right, I was just seeing if there's something else that I was picking up on here. And this Queen of Wands, she's my most favorite queen. I love her energy. But there's something about her being in your moon energy. Normally, she's very charismatic. She's very in tune to who she is, right? She's one of those type queens that'll wear a fur in the middle of the summer just because it looks good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I look fly. I don't care how hot it is. But in this energy, I feel like it's muffled, right? I feel like, I feel stagnant with it being in your moon energy, and perhaps that's how you're feeling, because she's also holding that of the sunflower, right? And the sunflower is all about prosperity, right? And it's like you want to give it to someone, but it's like you don't even have enough energy to do that either, which is so odd because she's a very energetic queen. Yeah, and even with that cat there, and that cat represents the mystery of it all. And it just doesn't feel, mysterious. Like I said, I'm picking up on this complacency that you've been feeling, Cancer. Let's see how it plays out in your immediate, in your sun energy. And this is where your ego is. This is where you show up in the world. And I get that of the Emperor. And this is Aries energy. And I get that of the Ten of Cups. And I also have that of the Two of Swords. So I do feel like that there's something, I don't know if something in your family, a dynamic changed. Whatever that dynamic is, it's kind of put you in this indecisive kind of mode, right? It's almost like I feel like you just don't feel like you're in your space, right? And whether it's physical or whether it's mental, you're just not feeling yourself. It's almost like, I feel like you're trying to fake it till you make it, is the energy that I'm getting here. And perhaps this energy here, and with this being in your sun energy, I feel like that you want to be inspired. I feel like that you want to move forward. I feel like you want to be in charge, right? And I feel like that you desire this family love and connection, right? And especially because we picked up on your orange chakra, lower abdomen chakra, your how come I can't think of it right now? We'll get back to it, Cancer, but you know what I mean. It's a very family-oriented chakra in which we are focusing on. And I can see you're also focusing on it there. And it can't be a surprise that we have that bright orange that's behind that Emperor. And it's right here in your sun energy. And we have it here as the chakra in which we are focusing on for the month of October and during this reading. Yeah. So I feel like it's both. There's some complacency within our family. There's some complacency with our relationship for those who are coupled up. And for those of you who are not coupled up, you're feeling a little saucy. You're like, I don't want to have to go out here and, sleep around. But if I have to, I got to do what I got to do. Listen, practice safe sex, Cancer. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I want to focus on your immediate present, and we have that of the Chariot. And the Chariot also represents you, Cancer, right? So you show right up to your own reading. So this is moving forward, moving past that dullness, moving past that complacency. And I love that it's in your immediate present. So I see perhaps in order for us to get inspired, we need to find inspiration. So some of us, I think, it's like taking just like a short trip is going to help us with inspiration, especially for those who are coupled up. I think maybe taking your boo thing with you, or maybe going out with your family, perhaps to some park or whatever the case, to where it's like you go as a family. I think it's going to reignite that closeness, right? I feel like there's been some sort of not necessarily separation, you just haven't been on the same page, right? Like I said, it's not good, it's not bad, it just doesn't feel good, right? And you want it to feel good again. And I feel like that if we make a conscious effort to do that, it'll go in the direction that you want it to go. Speaking of, we have that of also the Six of Swords that's showing up in your immediate present. So again, it's about us moving beyond those choppy waters during those times that weren't that comfortable. And it's only been for a short time, I'm feeling like, right? And we have this long time of just, you know, more calm waters, right? A more peaceful environment. We don't have as much mental stress, right? And to me, this isn't mental stress. It's more like, I just feel like you're trying to fake it till you make it is what I'm hearing. All right, so we are going to expand on your moon energy. Let's see what Spirit has for us there. Sacred chakra, right? Sacred, sacral, sacred. Boy, I'm getting it together. I'm getting it together. Okay, thank you. All right, Spirit's been correcting me all day. Not there. Okay, thank you. Got it. So I expanded on that temperance energy. We have that of the Page of Pentacles along with the Knight of Swords in reverse. So I almost feel like that, you know what? So for those of you who are kind of around kids or grandchildren or nieces and nephews or what have you, I feel like that there was almost like, I don't know if they were misbehaving or maybe they were just a little, you know, cheeky or something. Like something happened to where you, Cancer, said A, B, and C. And it wasn't received well by the parents. It wasn't received well by your sister or, you know, your uncle or, you know, your friend. It wasn't received well. And it's almost like they felt like you were interfering, which I think kind of caused this, this kind of pullback from you. Cause it's like, okay, am I part of this or am I not? Right? You know, it's kind of how I feel. Like they should trust that when you say something, right? It's not to, you know, to interfere, but to help and to assist. And so it made you pull back a little bit. Now, when I expand on that Queen of Wands, right? Remember how I said I felt like she was kind of stifled and she feels, she just feels like she's kind of like in hermit energy. That's what I feel. So when I expanded on her, I got that of the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So perhaps what I'm picking up on is that you're just re-energizing, right? So this is all about quick communication, you know, and perhaps, I feel like some of you Cancers are really diving into work, right? You're really, I see you writing a bunch of emails. So I don't know if some of you work from home or if some of you are in some sort of position to where you work from a computer or somehow you deal with social media. But I feel like you're really amping up on that. And if you're not, I feel like that it is going to start amping up. And for those of you who are like in a position of like commission or sales, or you have to have some sort of matrix that needs to increase, I feel like that's also going to increase for you. And I feel like that you're going to see a lot of that during the next full moon. I think our next full moon is in the middle of the month. I think it's in Libra, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not an astrologist. I dabbles in it. But I do feel like by the next full moon that you are going to see an increase in your business, okay? Now, when I expand on that King of Wands, right, and that dissatisfaction, I have the Tower energy, along with the Lovers and the King of Cups. I don't see this as an ending, right? Normally when I see like the Tower with the Lovers, right, to me, and especially with the King of Wands, to me this is a spark. So wherever we were feeling where, you know, we were feeling like we were in a dry spell, it's about to pick up for a lot of y'all nasty behinds. So I really do see that, and it's all about us making that decision and making that choice, and it's always a choice, right? It's always a choice on our actions in regards to love. And I feel like that a lot of you Cancers are choosing that passionate, ooey gooey, nasty, dirty love. So, okay, keep the shades down. We don't all need to see that, okay? Yes, thank you. So now I want to pull, I want to show you the cards I pulled from the Ancestral deck. And this deck, I just love it. It is always accurate. It is right on time. It always like gives me what I need, and I'm hoping that it does the same for you. And the cards that I pulled for you was the Moon card, right? And this is all about listening to your intuitive messages, right? And listening to what Spirit and Source is telling you, right? And not only that, I really feel like that pay attention and figure out what your moon sign is as well, Cancer. So you may want to see what your moon sign is and listen to that reading. I think that's also going to give you some more insight as far as where you are emotionally, and what Spirit is working on in your moon energy as well. I do feel like I had mentioned before, that's where I was picking up on your business picking up during the next full moon. So I'm feeling like the middle of October, almost to the middle of December. Thank you, Spirit. To the middle of December, you're going to start seeing an increase in your work activity. Okay. And I see really, so I don't know if you're into social media, if that has anything to do with your business, but I do see an uptick in that. I feel like you're really like increasing what you're doing there. So perhaps that's how you're growing your business. I don't know. And then I have that of the medicine guardian, and it says, be open to healing information. And I do feel like there is some sort of healing that needs to happen, right? So perhaps there were some hurt feelings here. We were just talking about to where maybe you talked to your niece, your nephew, your grandkids, your children. There was some sort of hurt feelings there. And it wasn't hurt feelings, because I don't feel like you necessarily got your hand slapped, but I feel like you were almost like kind of scolded and chastised, like, don't you talk to my kids like that. Those are my kids and they're perfect, right? Sort of thing. Or perhaps you were the person that did that, right? So I feel like that something happened there to where it's just like, oh my God, how dare you? So it doesn't feel major, but it feels major enough to where we need some healing from it. And I also feel too, Cancer, I do feel like that perhaps we're also getting over something too. So I don't know if you've been feeling ill, okay, I do have to make a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm just an intuitive tarot reader, right? I do feel like that if you've been feeling ill, please go get that checked out. I feel like it's just a little bit of medicine, like it's this small over-the-counter sort of medicine that'll do the trick. I feel like some of us even have like some ear problems, like an ear infection or something that's going on here. I really feel like it's just some minor drops, and some of you are going to have to go to the doctor with that, but I feel like it's very, very, very minor medicine that's going to help out with that, okay? Okay. So we have one more card in from our ancestral deck, but Spirit is not ready for me to show it yet. But what we are going to do is expand on your sun energy. I did it again. Very interesting. One more. Okay, I'm gonna accept that. So I expanded on that Emperor energy, and I have that of the Six of Wands for you, along with the Judgment energy and the Four of Wands in reverse. So I feel like that with this Emperor energy, right? And it's also Aries energy or fire energy, but primarily Aries energy. And some of it is just plain old cardinal energy. And Cancer, you are a cardinal sign, so that could be you. So I do feel like that really what's been humdrum is the everyday. The everyday has been humdrum. It hasn't been feeling like, I just keep hearing like you haven't felt at home. Like you haven't even felt at home. You know, and that's where that Judgment card comes in, because it's such a spiritual transition, right? It's one of those to where by the time you come out of this Judgment energy, it's like a rebirth. It's like lessons learned, almost like the biggest aha moment you could ever experience. That's what happens by the time that Judgment energy comes out, and you just had an aha moment. And your aha moment is you're not happy with what your everyday looks like. And really, I feel like it's a choice that you can make, Cancer. I feel like it's not the place, right? It's not the physical place. I feel like with you, it's a spiritual place, right? That needs to change for you. You're just not feeling inspired. Now, when I expand on that Two of Wands, we have that full energy, along with the Seven of Pentacles. We're just not feeling inspired. right? Through your, reevaluation of what your life looks like, it just, it hasn't felt brand new. It hasn't felt different. It's felt complacent. But I see it changing because I have the full card there, right? And and really, out of complacency and out of normalcy comes that full energy, right? Because it's time to step into something new. It's time to be re-inspired, to reinvent ourselves, to reinvent our environment. And that's where you are, right? And now we are ready for that card from the ancestral deck, and it's that of the High Priestess. And she represents very similar energy of that of the tarot. And that's of knowing your intuition and trusting your intuition and knowing that you are headed in the right direction. This complacency was meant to happen. It's not, woe is me, Cancer, and, why does everything feel so, gray, right? It's because it was meant to. Sometimes those transitional rests are necessary so you can reevaluate, so you know where to put your stick. You know what I mean? You know where to put your flag. And I feel like that it's that time for you to kind of set down your flag, right? And this is also letting you know that spirit is with you. And really this companion, that is spirit that's with you on this journey. Maybe it's a new one, or maybe it's just the beginning of this journey. Whatever the case, it's fun. Doesn't look like he's having a bad time to me. So I expanded on that 10 of Cups. You have the 9 of Cups. So there is some beautiful family energy here. We have that of the Moon. And really, typically the Moon, and then, I feel Cancerian energy here with that crab, right? So I feel you kind of coming out of your shell. You're coming out of the water. You're no longer hiding. You're no longer uninspired. You're no longer feeling complacent. So I feel you coming out of that. And I feel like you're manifesting it. So bravo. And I have that of the Hierophant, right? And the Hierophant is that of a great leader, great teacher, organization, right? So I do feel like that for some of you, if it is in regards to work, that's going to be a better environment. And really, I think you just changed your perspective, right? And for some of you, we're reevaluating our relationship, and you're even seeing that in a different light as well. You're just, you're kicking it up a notch there. I feel like you're bringing some spice in. I don't know if you're getting some lingerie or you're purchasing lingerie for your boo thing. I don't know what's happening, but I like it for you. Let's just say that. Now, let's see this Chariot energy. You know what? I want to expand on that. Okay. So I expanded on that Chariot energy, and we have that of the King of Swords and the 9 of Swords. And really, I think the energy that I'm picking up on, right, is that complacency and not feeling inspired and feeling like a little chastised, like it caused you some anxiety. But I'm not so much focused on the swords. I'm focused on the get up, right? I feel this is what I'm focused on. The energy I'm getting for this for you is that even though it bothered you, you're getting up for a new day. All you're doing is wiping your eyes. You're wiping the dust out of your eyes so you can clearly see. This feels like such a past energy, right? And your new forward is truth. Your new forward is yours, right? There's something about you having to look at yourself and where you are. Again, it's just you change perspective. And this helped you. You started looking at it from a different point of view, right? So perhaps you were here at one point, but now you're here and you're like, oh, it looks different from here. Now I get it. You have a different perspective. When I expanded on that 6 of Swords, and I love this energy because I feel like that you're moving away, and it's in your immediate present. So I feel like you're moving away from a certain way of thinking, a certain way of feeling, and we have that of the 9 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So we have this ending, because 9s are ending, and then you have this Ace here. So it's almost like we jumped to like, okay, I've done the work, I put it in, I'm starting something new. To me, that's just an extreme perspective change, and you obviously did that, so bravo. There's a new passion that's starting, so that I'm bored is leaving, that complacency is leaving. I love it. Okay, so with these 5 of Cups, I got that of these 7 of Swords, and there's your 10. that 10 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So typically when I get that 7, right? You know, it's all about lies and deceit, but I'm not getting that here. I'm almost feeling like someone took something from you. And I hear you saying it. You took that from me, right? And I don't see it as necessarily a physical thing for a lot of you. I feel more of like an emotional thing. Like they took some, I feel like in this case, like they took some sort of authority was taken from you, or you took some sort of authority from someone, right? So for example, if I'm the aunt and I'm telling my nephew to sit down because you're getting a little too hyped up and you're going to hurt yourself. And if you, as you know, the parent says, I'm sorry, don't talk to my kid like that, you know, whoa, then, you know, where's my authority as not only the aunt, but as an adult? Right? So I feel like that something there was taken from you there. But it's very minor. Again, it is a minor arcana because look at what your major arcana is. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to start looking up for you in all aspects of work and love is what I am seeing. Yeah. So some of us did move, or some of us have moved. You're rounding up all the packing. And for some of us, it is a physical move that happened, and some of us, it is your change in perspective, right? That you moved over certain thoughts, and that is coming to an end, right? So we're on our way up from a point of energy that wasn't so up. Let's say that, okay. I'm seeing if we should expand a bit more. I do. I feel like I need to expand on that moon energy. Yeah. So I expanded on that moon energy, and I have that of the Queen of Pentacles. So again, I mean, come on, Cancer. You are the ultimate family zodiac, right? So I do feel like that maternally, there's something that we want to get back to. So I don't know if you are a mother missing your children, or children missing your mother, or you are just in awe. You know, there is something about that feeling, and you don't have to be a female. You can also be a male. This queen doesn't have to represent a female. It could be a male who's just in awe of their new baby, in awe of their new nephew, in awe of their new grandbaby. So I do feel that that overwhelming joy, and really that's what's causing some of this inspiration to come back for you, Cancer. What beautiful energy. Very delicious. Okay, let's go ahead and pick your angel card for October. Let's see what the angels have to say for us. And we have that of transformation. I just, you know what, these don't let me down. They don't let me down. There's obviously a transformation that's happening here, and that's that transformation of feeling complacent, feeling bored, feeling not full, feeling indifferent. I feel like that now that passion is coming back. You're going to see it in your relationships, you're going to see it in your family, and you're going to see it in work too. So I feel like that that is going to start shifting for you on like that kind of trajectory, right? So let's do an overview. So for the month of October, my love, let's make sure we are focusing on that chakra right there at the lower abdomen in that bright orange color. And that is going to help ignite our passion. It's going to help balance out any addictions we have, any appetite situations we have going on. Let's focus our energy there. And please, research this a bit more so you can really focus on those things that you really want to focus that energy on while you are meditating. Listen, that is all I have for you, Cancer. I absolutely adore you, and I hope to see you next month, my love.